over some all-in announcements real quick?
Yeah. Do you have anything pulled up?
No.
Okay. All right. Great.
Would you
Hold
hit it,
on.
Ryan?
Programming on the side. I should have, but DC Comics announced. I'm just gonna run with it through memory.
Do it.
Scott Snyder and Joshua Williamson released a YouTube video earlier this week talking about how there is a new initiative all across DC Universe. It starts in October called All In. It is basically their Ultimate Universe, like DC's version of Marvel's Ultimate Universe. Even though DC Comics has like a million multiverses, we're going to focus in on just this one, where we're rebooting Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, the whole thing from scratch,
Yes.
starting on day one. In the YouTube video, they said that all of October is a great jumping on point for everything across the board. Regular DC Universe books they're not renumbering or anything like that, but they are starting with new story arcs for everybody.
Yeah.
And then they're also going to be launching this all in absolute universe, I think is what they're calling it. And they've announced a few teams for it. Basically, what this sounds like to me, and they said in the video they've been working on it for years. This sounds like they sat down and were like, what if we did the new 52, but like smartly? Like, what if we sat down and actually planned out to reboot the DC universe from scratch? And what if we did it in a way where everybody like knew what they were getting into beforehand, and so that we could all plan it out? Because that's what this sounds like.
What if we didn't keep it a secret and have to have Jim Lee design everything?
Right, exactly. And so we have some really interesting teams that have been announced. I know Kelly Thompson's writing that Wonder Woman book.
Yes.
Scott Snyder's writing the Batman book.
And then
I don't know.
Superman book. Hold on. I'm sure it's here. Oh yeah, Kelly Thompson and so Absolute Batman will be Scott Snyder with Nick Dragotta. It will center on a version of Bruce Wayne with no wealth, no Alfred, no Wayne Manor to fall back on. Absolute Wonder Woman will be from Kelly Thompson and Hayden Sherman. That's what I was trying to remember earlier. And to reinvent Diana, completely taking away her island paradise, sisterhood, and mission of peace.
Wow.
It feels like they're just stripping them down of everything. And then
like all the things that make them core, they're just like, let's invert this, you know.
And then they'll be doing Jason Aaron and Rafa Sandoval will be doing Absolute Superman, in which Kal-El is stripped from his home, family, and fortress of solitude.
This is not what the Marvel version was, which was in a lot of ways modernizing them. This is just taking core conceits of each of the characters and removing them, which could be interesting, but
thematically it plays in with the Absolute stuff because the Absolute Power event is like all these heroes are losing their powers to the Amazo droids.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of makes sense. I feel like, I mean, we've seen a little bit. Greg Pak did a run in Action Comics where Superman kind of lost his powers and he was wearing the jeans and he only had like his pieces of his cape wrapped around his hands. I don't know if you guys remember that.
No, I do. But what I liked about that was going back to original Superman, right? He couldn't fly. He just jumped over tall buildings. He was a little strong. And that's what I liked about that. But this, it's not hitting me well.
So one of the things they said was, whereas the normal DC universe has Superman energy, which makes it sound like, I don't know what that means. So I'm just going to say Superman vibes. He said this other energy, this absolute universe has dark side energy.
Isn't it a dark side created universe?
It's like a dark side created universe, but it sounds to me like they're sort of like, instead of going like everything's dark and gritty, they're just making it more hopeless, I guess, almost like a Marvel book, honestly. Whereas Marvel kind of
more grounded,
like,
more
grounded.
Yeah,
there's like people have more like, real problems.
Yeah, there's like a flaw in every character, kind of thing.
Yeah,
I love the Wonder Woman redesign. I love the Superman art. I hate that Batman costume with the Passion of 1,000 Suns. Oh, that's awful.
You know, well, I mean, I like Nick Dragotta. His style is very anime-ish. But this is
Once you said-
definitely a very interesting way to pose him.
Yeah, but once you said Nick Dragotta, I'm just like I'll put it in the same category mentally as what's it like when I can't think of his name. Keith does like Sam Keith art.
Sam
Sam Keith
Oh,
does Batman covers and
Yeah,
stuff.
really exaggerated. I will
Yeah.
say this Wonder Woman looks almost like one of Apocalypse's Furies.
Yeah.
So I wonder.
But the talent on this thing is insane. Like there's so
That's
many
true,
great
yeah.
writers attached to this thing.
And there's so much more stuff that they've announced too. This is just kind of like the 3 books, right? Wes Craig is doing this one. Like this looks super cool.
Yeah. It looks like they've really put some time and effort into this thing.
Yeah.
Which is why I was like, it's like, what if we did the New 52 but thought about it before?
Yeah. I also
made better plans.
I really hate the name. All in. It sounds.
Yeah.
I think All In is
it
just
beat
for the
out
one
Balls
shot.
Deep.
That'll be the next one.
Barely. But as you can see, kind of from this one shot image, like it'll be like, oh, these guys are on one side, and then this is like, and then we'll still continue with the normal stuff. There's no way you cancel that Tom King Wonder Woman book in 3 months because it's fantastic.
So is
Right.
Batman on steroids?
I think he's just maybe he's Bane. Maybe he's on
Or
that.
this is somebody said that this is to appease who's that guy on the Reacher show that keeps wanting to play Batman who's like a huge dude.
Alan Rickman.
Right,
yeah. This is the Rickman Batman that they want to do.
I mean, his bicep is as big as Wonder Woman's head.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Based on just this art, this is gonna be like maybe Darkseid found the what's he always looking for?
Anti-life equation.
The anti-life equation, and this is what that universe looks like with him.
Well, I was
going to point out Darkseid.
In
the most evil guy in the universe is always looking for math.
Yeah. But in Grant Morrison's Earth 2 book, Lex Luthor brings the bad guys to that Earth to fight because I would say Superman energy is a good way to describe it, but the good guys always win in that universe. And that's why they were able to defeat them, the Evil Justice League, when it was Earth 2 prior to some Crisis book.
So which book do we think Jeff Lemire is doing? Because remember, I posted his tweet to the news item, and at the time I didn't realize this was called All In. So I was taking his reference to it as vague, but all we got was that star logo, which could be Stargirl, which would be
that would be weird.
For Jeff very Lemire. Weird.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if it's like this universe's Justice League or like Justice Society, maybe.
Yeah. Lemire seems like he would do a Justice Society type book.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Or Starman, like a Starman book.
No, that'd be
interesting.
So I'm looking through the solicits for October, which, of course, if you know, solicits go that many months in advance. But I don't see Jeff Lemire here. I know a bunch of people announced books, and I was trying to keep up with everybody, but God, it was a lot of announcements.
Everything will come out. I think they have I mean, they definitely have a panel this week during SDCC.
Oh, yeah.
SDCC.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be more of that. But yeah, if you want to know a little bit more about that, definitely check out the previews. I think DC does like its own little previews book now on its own. I'm not a big fan of the name because they're renaming everything to All In. Like,
it's
like kind of like Dawn of DC. Like Dawn of DC was a cool name, I think.
I thought it was fun. It just had no thought behind it. So, you know,
this should be the new initiative. Should be DC Middays. If Dawn of DC was the last one, they should
right.
be
DC lunchtime.
Yeah.